Good afternoon and welcome to CoreTV News at 4. We do apologize for coming behind schedule. In demonstration of African solidarity, President Buhari had sent former President Olusegun Obasanjo as a special envoy to mediate and help find a solution to the crisis viewed in Guinea-Bissau. President Buhari is deeply concerned by the unfolding political situation in Guinea-Bissau following the dismissal of the Prime Minister Domingos Simios Pereira and his cabinet by President Jose Mario Vaz. Chief Obasanjo embarked on the first leg of his commission by consulting with the current chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of States and Government, President Macky Sall of Senegal, in Dakar on Thursday. It is regrettable that while Chief Obasanjo was still consulting with President Sall, President Jose Mario Vaz of Guinea-Bissau proceeded to appoint and swear in a new prime minister in the person of Bashir Jah, developments that worsen the political situation in the country. Buhari particularly urges the leadership in Guinea-Bissau, including the military, to ensure respect for constitutional order and safety of citizens. President Muhammadu Buhari suspended the Controller General of Nigeria's Immigration Service, David Pardon, over the issue of the visa given to wanted international terrorist Ahmed al-Azhar. The man, who is believed to be one of the leaders of ISIS, was arrested by security officials in Lebanon on Saturday as he attempted to board a plane for Nigeria via Cairo. The Director of Press and Interior Ministry, Isiaka Yusuf, said in a statement that Pardon's suspension was for an indefinite period. Deputy Controller General of Immigration, Martin Abeshi, is to take over from Pardon. The army has confirmed that 2 soldiers died in a military operation against insurgents fleeing from Sambisa forest. Army spokesman Colonel Sani Usman said in a statement that 2 officials were also critically injured and have been evacuated before treatment. He added that the army unit also lost a moving armored personnel carrier to buried landmass between Old Mate and Carnier Junction in Borno State. The army spokesman, however, said this has not deterred soldiers from continuing their advance, as well as taking the party to the terrorists in their enclaves in Sambisa forest. President Muhammadu Buhari has directed the police authorities to cut down the number of policemen attached to dignitaries across the country. He also warned that he would not tolerate irregularities or extortion in the course of the proposed recruitment of police personnel. The president issued this warning during a meeting with officials of the Ministry of Police Affairs and the Police Service Commission in the presidential villa. Chairman of the Commission, Michael Kure, gave State House correspondents more insight into the meeting. The police authorities have warned Nigerians to beware of the online fraudsters keen on taking advantage of the recent presidential directive on recruitment into the force. Police spokesman Emmanuel Ojukwu said in a statement that the exercise has not begun. He added that modalities for the recruitment of 10,000 personnel have been worked out to the Police Service Commission and would soon be made public. The police power spokesman pointed out that the necessary information will be placed in major television and newspapers outfit, as well as on police websites when the exercise begins. The Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arasi, has ordered police personnel to desist from harassing any Nigerian who willingly attends to accident victims. He also wants members of the public, including medical personnel, to attend to such people and anyone with gunshot injuries before informing the police for necessary action. But the spokesman, Emmanuel Ojukwu, said in a statement that the Inspector General of Police took that decision on the basis of constant neglect and consequent death of accident victims in many parts of the country. He added that doctors on duties are duty-bound to treat victims of gunshot wounds, as well as supply relevant facts to the police. The Ogun State Police Command has declared war against land speculators and grabbers whose activities have been on the prowl in recent times. Ogun Commissioner of Police Abdulmajid Ali at the Ilewero Abeokuta Command Headquarters directed that anyone caught in the act of depriving innocent residents of property, especially lands, will be arrested and charged to court. The CP vowed to nab land grabbers, particularly in Ota, Ifo, Ofada, Muwe, Ibafu, and Ogijo, including other areas of the state. Assuring residents of adequate security, Ali urged members of the public to send a text directly to him via his mobile phone 08055 88 5588. When faced with any challenge, he therefore called for residents to go about their lawful businesses as well as structures that have been put in place to checkmate all illegalities. Ekiti State Governorship Petitions Tribunal on Friday upheld the election of Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi in the April 11, 2015 governorship election. The tribunal dismissed the petition filed by the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress in the state, Okeze, on the grounds that it lacked merit and was an abuse of court process. In her judgment, the chairman of the tribunal, Justice Jakawa Hildred, held that several paragraphs in Eze's petition were earlier struck out for being imprecise and vague. He therefore added that the petitioner's allegations of overvoting and non-accreditation through the manipulation of the card reading machine by the Independent National Electoral Commission and other respondents were not sufficiently proved, as it was only the voters registered that could determine the number of people that voted in an election. He maintained that the petitioner failed to provide the voter registers to prove his case. A former Speaker of Ekiti State House of Assembly, Femi Bamishile, says he will defeat Governor Ayodele Fayose in the 2018 governorship election without the influence of the All Progressives Congress federal might. Bamishile, who declared interest in the governorship seat, said the party would embark on serious and widespread mobilization to woo the electorate. He spoke on Friday during a courtesy call in the State Working Committee by his campaign team. Bamishile stated that he had started working monthly distribution of free petrol to commercial motorcyclists operating in the state, adding that all the critical voting population would enjoy a similar gesture soon. The state's deputy chairman, Jide Awe, represented by his deputy, Kemi Olajide, and the leader of the party, George Ojo, praised Bamishile for coming out at a critical time to give the party a strong voice. Awe urged him to shun violence, the campaign of calumny in his aspiration. This, he said, is highly expedient to his political success and sustainable peace in the state. He assured him that all the aspirants will be given a level playing ground and won't impose anybody. The Department of Petroleum Resources in Plateau State says that over 55 illegal filling stations are operating in the state. The state operations controller, Madam Idris Abubakar, stated this after picketing of some of the illegal filling stations. Abubakar distributed the existence of the legal gas station on the activities of law enforcement agents and government officials of the state government. The details.
The move by the Plateau State branch of the DPR led to the discovery of over 50 illegal filling stations in the state metropolis. After picketing some of the legal and nameless filling stations, the operations controller of the state DPR, Idris Abubakar, and head of retailing, Yakubu Shehu, laments the inability of the state government to rise against the legitimate operation of the unapproved filling stations in the state.
We have come now, we have confirmed their claim that they have reverted to sell the product at government price is false. Because if you can see now, they give 8 liters as 10 liters. Despite the fact that they are displaying 87 naira. But based on our measurement, they are still selling at about 100 naira per liter.
So what's going to happen to them?
No, the sanction will still remain.
Which is?
We will impose a sanction of about a month to serve as a deterrent to others.
The main purpose of this exercise is to get products readily available to the public at approved pump price. There is no gainsaying if you, for example, sell a station and there is product down there that you will not now go back. Make sure the product gets to the public at the approved pump price. Then, if that product is exhausted and we still feel the station should remain sealed, we know that at least there is no product going to the public. But we won't sell a station and keep products on the ground. It doesn't really speak well of the system.
With allegations ranging from selling petrol above the official rate of 87 naira, selling to black marketers against most filling stations, Abubakar says the move is not to put anybody out of business, but to enforce existing law guiding the operation of filling stations.
This station, actually, as I told you, we have compiled the list and sent it to JMDP because we have met with them some years back and they asked us for the list. We have compiled the list and give them So we thank God now with the new government in place, we are still calling on the government to see what they can do. With just list, they should help us to dismantle all these stations because we have not licensed them. As you can see, all the stations licensed by DPR, you will see their name displayed on the canopy. And you see how this station is. It's not even safe for operations.
The number of illegal stations as at 2003, when we went, sorry, as at 2013, when we went out and did our census survey, was 55, but that is 2013. By now, that number will have gone somehow higher than this.
The enforcement body, however, assured Nigerians of its resolve to flush out bad eggs sabotaging the growth of the oil and gas sector.
This is CoreTV News at 4. We'll take a break now. We'll be back on more stories. Please stay with us.
Is it what crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy.
News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, trading looters that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. They don't put words into my mouth.
Whatever it is that will bring our military to disrepute, I said to hell.
On Core Digest,
I want to know why I should be believing them.
every weekday, we bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody has the right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly.
Talk to her husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, you know, another election is coming.
Because some people will strong for Yoruba land. Will be strong man. You don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Nekada, one of the host communities to Federal University of Technology and the Federal Polytechnic, will soon be cut off from neighboring communities and the entire country following the gully erosion that has almost cut off the entire routes into the community. Our Imo State's correspondent, Ajibadi Officer, visited the community and filed on this report.
Residents of Nekade, a community within Owerri, which plays host to two higher institutions, a Federal Polytechnic and Federal University of Technology, FUTO, have called on the state government to come to their aid and prevent them from being cut off from other parts of the city. The road linking the community to Owerri, the capital of Imo State, has been cut almost totally, with youth now making quick money from motorists while pedestrians trek through for fear of accident. Traditional ruler of the area and all the local complains that all effort to attract the attention of the state government to do something about the road have not yielded any result.
Been a long problem with us in this place because that issue has been very much reported to the state government, which we believe by now that they should have done some certain things in that place. But now, all to no avail, nothing has been done. And it has gone into a stage where rain has met it, and then I don't believe there's anything can be done now until the rain is over.
We are praying, let government come and help us. We are suffering too much. Before we are managing it, now it's spoiled.
As you can see, the road is in a deplorable condition. And we have been appealing to the government for a long time to come to our aid. But up to this moment, we have not seen any help from them.
The State Ministry of Work has, however, created the diversion to serve as an alternative route and to also pave way for the reconstruction of the road.
The annual Shoshogbo Festival attracted worshippers and tourists from different parts of the world. gathered in Osun State, southwest Nigeria, to worship the river goddess. This year's edition, however, witnessed low attendance not taking away the celebration. Our correspondent Rashid has more.
The Osun-Osogbo Festival has no doubt attained international standard, and thanks to Susan Wenger, also known as Aduni Olorisha, whose 100th posthumous birthday coincided with this year's edition.
The work she has done down is what we are eating today. So that is why this year's festival is very, very important.
The crowd at the festival this year is relatively low compared to past years. But for ardent worshippers who cannot but make annual requested sacrifices to the Osun goddess, the festival is a must for them.
No matter the situation, you must pick a day to recognize how you are being greeted by Almighty God. We have an history, we have a background which we have to protect. If we don't continue with this kind of festival, how do you expect the incoming generation to know where we are coming from? If you don't know where you are coming from, you will not know where you are going. And all over the world, people don't toy away with their culture.
Is to give acknowledge to Osun and to fulfill the promise that our ancestors made with Osun when Osun gave protection to the city of Osogbo, and for her to give blessing of children for those who want to have the children.
The arrival of the votary maid into the Osun Grove marks the climax of the celebration and a time to make requests to the river goddess.
The 2015 Osun-Osogbo Festival is of a practical significance because it marks the 100th posthumous birthday of Susan Benga, popularly known as Aduni Olorisha. And as some people see Osun-Osogbo Festival as a religious feat, some see it as a tourist attraction which brings people all over the world. But whichever way it goes, it is no doubt that the Osun-Osogbo Festival has come to stay as an integral part of the cultural history of Nigeria. Rashid, CoreTV News, Osogbo.
The West African Examination Council says it is not considering the adoption of a computer-based mode test of examination. Head of Nigeria National Office of the Body, Charles Egurides, made this clarification at an interactive session with journalists in Abuja. Egurides said it would amount to what he called intellectual dishonesty for him to say that the council would introduce CBT in the next 5 years or in the near future. Egurides stressed that the purpose of education is to prepare people for life, not to pass examinations, hence the need to examine different domains which CBT cannot accommodate. He said the examinations conducted by the council took into cognizance the 3 domains: the measured ability to recall, ability to apply, and practicalize. We'll take another break. I'll be back with business, sports, and outside Nigeria. Please stay with us.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digit 360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Barcelona start the defensive de la Liga title on Sunday at Atletico Bilbao. The Timber trashed them 5-1 on aggregate in the Spanish Super Cup. The Zarek squad appears weaker than last season's treble-winning selection with Pedro and Xavi leaving. Summer signings Ada Turan and this video cannot play until January because of a transfer ban. Real Madrid began this season under new boss Rafael Benitez with a march away to newly promoted Sporting Gijón. They sacked Carlo Ancelotti after finishing 2 points behind Barca and existing in the Champions League semi-finals. Benitez's major outfield signings have been right back Danilo from Porto and midfielder Martin Kovacic from Inter Milan. Britain's Andy Murray fought back to beat Frenchman Richard Gasquet and set up a semi-final against Roger Federer at the Cincinnati Masters. The third seed received a match point against Grigor Dimitrov on Thursday, won 4-6, 6-1, 6-4 on Friday. Murray says, and I quote, "I fought and gave everything I had, but thankfully it's just been enough in the last 2 days." Federer beat Feliciano Lopez 6-3, 6-4, while Novak Djokovic and Alexander Dogopov reached the order semi. And outside Nigeria, 3 Uganda soldiers have been charged over the killing last month of a group of civilians in Somalia, an African Union official confirmed. Maman Sidikal, the head of the AU in Somalia, apologized to the families of the 7 people killed in the attack. The AU had previously denied that the incident took place. According to the campaign group Human Rights Watch, AU troops from Uganda began shooting at men at the wedding party after coming under fire. Witnesses said that the troops entered several houses in Mecca, 70 kilometers south of the capital, Mogadishu, after a grenade attack on their convoy. Sidikal admitted on Friday that 7 civilians had been killed. The 3 AU soldiers have now been indicted and are waiting to be arraigned, according to the statements. Islamic State militants have demolished the ancient Christian monastery of Mar Elian in the central Syrian town of Al-Qaryatain, and the militants had also moved Christians taken captive in the town to their stronghold of Raqqa. According to a UK-based monitoring group, IS captured Al-Aqatian from government forces some 2 weeks ago, and separately at least 4 people have died in an Israeli strike in a Syrian-held section of the Golan Heights, as Israel has carried out a wave of strikes in the area, which lies in southwestern Syria, after rockets fired from Syria struck its territory on Thursday. The rockets set fire to Scribbland but did not cause any casualties. Israel's military has accused Palestinians militants from the Islamic Jihad group of firing the rocket, while Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the attack has been ordered by Iran. Hundreds of migrants have rushed at Macedonian border forces in an attempt to enter the country from Greece. As dozens of their families have managed to get through, but many more people have been held back. On Thursday, Macedonia declared a state of emergency in 2 border regions to cope with an influx of migrants, many from the Middle East, and the migrants that are trying to reach northern European Union members, as Macedonian police earlier fired tear gas to disperse the migrants. Razor wire had been rolled across the frontier to prevent people from entering, and some 44,000 people have reportedly traveled through the country in the past 2 months. Meeting Little Border Resistance spokesman Ivo Kotovic said they will line entry to a number that matches their capacity to transport them or to give them appropriate medical care and treatment. Ceremonies were held back on Friday at the Bangkok Shrine, hit by this week's deadly bombing, as Thai officials continue to make confusing statements about the search for attackers, and high-ranking Thai officials and religious figures attended the multi-faith ceremonies to remember the 22 people killed in the Monday bombing at the Hirawan Shrine, the country's worst attack in recent memory. Authorities have stepped up security patrols at tourist sites in other areas across the capital city. Though investigators appear to have made few solid leads into who conducted the attack or why, and officials on Thursday stressed the bombing was not likely linked to international terrorism, even while issuing an arrest warrant and releasing a sketch of promised suspects whom they have said is foreign investigators have determined this is not a terrorist act. The said National Police Chief Samuel Popamur on Friday, but the incident aims to discredit the government, destroy confidence, and scare terrorists. But that's it, a wrap on CoreTV News at 4 minutes. Thanks for watching. I'm Olanjo. Good afternoon.